want to serve and can meet our standards should be afforded the opportunity to compete to do so. After all, our all-volunteer force is built upon having the most qualified Americans.
That was Defense Secretary Ashton Carter Thursday announcing the Pentagon has lifted its ban on transgender men and women from serving openly in the military. The news came nearly a year after the DoD first began looking at the issue. We're joined now by Kristin Beck, a retired Navy SEAL who is transgender. Kristin, thank you very much for joining us. I know that you put off transitioning until after you retired. If this ban had been lifted while you were serving, would you have transitioned sooner?
That's possible. I was in the Navy SEALs, and I was extremely capable as a SEAL. I was one of the top SEALs, graduating top of my class in pretty much everything. I'm not really sure how it would affect, so doing a hindsight, I'm not really sure, but I probably would have. Let
me play you this soundbite. This is from retired General Barry McCaffrey, an MSNBC military analyst. This is what he had to say about lifting the ban.
There's a medical issue, unlike don't ask, don't tell. Unlike women in combat arms, this one actually has a cost and a deployment concern. You can't be deployed while you're unstable or undergoing surgical procedures. And the question might also arise, how many transgendered people will enlist just to gain the medical access? So that has to be thought through and understood.
What's your reaction to General McCaffrey's comments there?
All due respect to the general, but he's full of malarkey. I mean, the cost is going to be negligible when you really look at it. And you're talking about the liberty of individuals and taking care of themselves and taking care of your people. If you're going to be a true leader and a good leader, take care of your people. And isn't taking care of your people part of, that transgender people? So I just think he's full of it.
Well, let me ask you this.
The cost is negligible.
According to a study that was commissioned by the Pentagon, there are about 1,300 and 6,600 transgendered troops currently serving in the military. Do you believe that number is actually higher than that report?
Well, there's another report that also says there's 15,000. And so when you consider that and in the readiness and everything, it's not going to really affect the military that much because every transgender person is not going to run in and start signing up for surgeries right away. I mean, I haven't done surgery. You don't have to have surgery as a transgender person. I just want to have the freedom and liberty to be able to say, hey, I'm transgender. I'm a little bit different. And to treat me differently or to think that it's going to cost a lot of money or change the readiness, it's just not the right way to think. Not everyone's the same. My story's not the same. There's a lot of different stories. So don't lump us all in one big ball of wax and say we're going to be troublesome to the forces. It's not true.
All right, retired Navy SEAL Kristin Beck, thank you very much for joining us this holiday weekend.